Let's bring Anthony in. Where's Anthony? Where's Anthony? Where's Anthony?
You found me.
Oh my
There I
God,
am,
it's Anthony.
right there. Big as life. Look at that close up. Don't look.
I
No.
don't like that.
How you
Oh,
been, buddy?
I'm good. Good. Yeah.
Good. Stay that way. That's in
It's
order.
been a rough end of the year and the beginning of the year for us. So
You have
yes,
been having some challenges,
big
and
time.
but we're
So
back together again. So
yep.
that's all that really matters. Here we are.
I've got plenty of coffee. No one's gonna die.
I
I don't
have
have bill
nothing. I
money.
didn't bring anything. I may get up and make a pot of coffee here, but that's the best I got for you, Bob.
Right.
So if
So
I'm gone for a while, you know what I'm doing.
yeah, be right back. Saving the
Yeah.
world. That's what I'm doing. Drinking coffee. So we've been gone for a while. We're back now, hopefully on a regular schedule. And I was watching CES, the 2026 show, right?
Okay.
And they came out with some amazing products. Now, I don't know about amazing products for the video world. Our cameras are getting a little bit better, blah blah blah. Phones are getting better, blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah, you can only shoot so much better before the eye just cannot see the difference, and that's where
Wow.
we're at.
We've been arguing that fact for 5 years. But
Yeah, but they need to make money by selling new cameras, so it's
I know.
about it's
Please
about
buy the
longer
new
battery life at this
iPhone.
point.
Right. Or
This
Android,
is my
whatever.
17 Pro, by the way.
Yeah. You like it?
I love it. Absolutely love it. There's a couple new controls, but I mean that's on everybody. I just wish I could lock it into one camera and leave it on, because if I try to put a telephoto lens on anyone, it switches to a different lens. It's like, stop that.
Right. Getting smarter than you. That's the
Yeah, it's like,
problem.
no. I'm putting this here for a reason. Stop thinking I blocked one of your 3 cameras. So, well, 4 if you count the one on the other side.
Right.
But yeah. So, what we got, John?
Well, so I'm going to start off with you first, because everywhere I go, the first thing that everybody says to me, AI is going to replace you. No, it's not. And it's going to replace the crap that I have to do that I don't want to do. So yeah, that's fine. Let it have that crap.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things is you have to learn to ask questions the right way
The right
to
way.
AI.
Yes.
And now, I'm just going to be upfront. I use a product called Perplexity. It has a whole bunch of stuff in it, right?
Yeah.
And then I really only use it for like show synopsis and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't really need it for anything else. Yeah, the
No,
images
you
are
aren't using it to
cool,
generate content.
right? But I love the statement you made yesterday to me. Is like, it's super important to get the right prompt. So let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah. When I first put in to talk to AI, and I'm like, okay, tell me about me. Tell me what you know about me. As some people, like 3 of them in our audience might be aware, I'm actually published in the field of Egyptology. And one of the things that I asked it was, okay, what has been my impact on the field? And give me a synopsis. And it came back with a freaking amazing piece talking about how it's been used for this, that, and the other thing. It's gone into here. It's been all this stuff. It's been absolutely incredible how my work has, in 20 years, it's gone all around the world, and how it's used for cultural awareness. And I'm like, holy crap. And then it gave all these journal entries at the end. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to look at these journals and these articles and see what people have been saying about my work. How did I not know any of this? So I put in the first journal and it comes back with no such link. I'm like, oh, okay, did it give me a bad link? No, there's actually no such journal. It hallucinated everything in the article. And I said, why did you do that? And it said, oh, because this is the format of these kinds of articles that write about impact. And so I gave you back an article that is written like an article about impact.
Oh my.
Which had nothing to do with what I really wanted. It was
Right.
insane. Blew my freaking mind that it did that. And then I found when I did a lot of things, I would get back this data that was just okay, and the worst part was I would say it out loud in, recording a podcast or something, and it was wrong. It was
Hmm.
dead wrong, or writing an article for something. It's like, what is the use of this if I have to go back and check everything? And that was when I made the discovery of two parts of a prompt that are absolutely crucial. The second part of the prompt, okay, is using only documented resources. That's all I had to say. Using only documented resources. It stopped 99% of the hallucinating. And the hallucinating that was left was within the material, and you could tell it was just trying to fill in a blank.
Right.
Okay? But it eliminated nine just by saying using only documented resources. Holy crap. It was that easy to make it stop virtually all hallucinating. But the real key is I use it for a lot of content generation. Whereas you use it to organize stuff that you've got, I use it, to do more than that. I use it to generate rough drafts,
Right.
basically, of articles, books, whatever it is I need to write. Okay. That is what I use it for. And because I'll have all these thoughts in my head, I give it all the thoughts. I say, now write this article. And vroom, it spits out a very well formed article. But what I have to do, and I do this before I ask it almost anything now, and this is the second part of the prompt. Or actually, it's the first part of the prompt. And it's actually the name of a handout you're going to be able to get free on my website shortly with all this stuff in it plus more. Okay, but this is the most important line you can put into anything you're asking it. And that is acting as an expert in. And then whatever field it is you want to talk about. So if you want it to focus on Facebook marketing, then you say acting as an expert in Facebook marketing. Tell me a good schedule for my ad campaign.
Right.
If you don't tell it to act as an expert, it's just going to draw on incredibly superficial knowledge, which is what it also did for my article about me. Um, okay. But the key is going to be acting as an expert in. And what you get back is so dramatically different from what it gives you in general knowledge.
Okay. So
Yep.
I see videos
Mm-hmm.
online, and I've started taking the how to be an AI expert through perplexity, right?
Right.
And before you really use AI like Chat
Yep.
GPT, whatever it is,
Yeah. Whatever it is.
there's parameters that you go
Yes,
in
there
there
are.
and you set. I mean, you
Yep.
literally
Yes.
completely. I mean,
Yeah. You set the rules. Here's the
yeah,
voice I want you to use. Here is the knowledge base I want you to pull from. Here is the purpose of this project. Now, I use ChatGPT a lot for
right,
strategy organization. Okay. I use Claude for article writing.
right,
But when it comes to chat, okay, within chat and within Claude, both, you set up projects as well. So you can
okay,
have your overall scenario for the entire account.
wow,
Here's what I am. Here's what I do. Here are all my businesses that you will be drawing on. Here's all the different knowledge bases you're going to need. Here's how I want you to refer to me. That's up there at the top end. Underneath that are projects. And you can build project for every different thing you're working on. So if you're working on a LinkedIn campaign, you create a special LinkedIn project. And then within that, you can give it the instructions at the top, but whenever you ask a question, you still reinforce it with acting as an expert in LinkedIn marketing and let it do that.
can you
Okay,
tell it
reinforce it. This is
can you tell it to state um where it's getting its information from?
You can give it fairly well-defined parameters. The problem with that is many sources of information are blocked.
Oh,
So, for
okay.
example, if I say go to this web page and read this or get this, PDF from this website, it's like, it doesn't allow me to digest that content.
But if it's
So you've
if
got to
it
give me the parameters. So
if
that's
it's
why it'll
giving you
run and find
information,
someplace else.
right? So,
Hmm.
but if it's giving you information, so last night, I was getting some show notes put together,
Hmm.
and I really wanted to dive down on a few of these.
Yeah,
I'm going to talk about some TVs, right, and stuff like that
sure.
because I like TV, right?
Yeah, you
Um,
like visual.
but I said, give me links to the sources where you're pulling this information from, and it did.
Yes. Yes.
And it
Yeah.
gave me my links, and it's like I could go double check what it was saying, a whole 9 yards.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's pretty good. Now I haven't
Yep.
set all that stuff up yet, parameter wise, because
Yep.
again, I just use it for simple stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You're
what
doing
you're saying
basic like
is
office work organizing. Yeah.
right. So what you're saying is some of the stuff that where it's potentially getting information, it can't go get me that information.
There's a lot of things it can't get.
Okay.
Fortunately, there's a lot of now I do a lot with academic research.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a whole book I'm pulling on, two different topics right now.
Right.
But I have used it to actually write academic papers at this point because I pull together all the resources, I pull together the thesis, I create all this. I'm like, okay, now I need this organized into these three subsets. And
Right.
if you're going to pull more information, make sure you give me a link. Okay, but put all your links at the end. I don't want them in the middle of the copy.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so it will create a footnoted article for me to go over and then read. It'll also ask what format I want it in. So if I'm writing for, JARCI, for example, the Journal of the Archaeological Research Center in Egypt, it pulls the standard format for JARCI and writes in that format.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do when I ask for synopsis for shows because my
Yep.
people don't give me synopsis the way I want them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell it I need a short synopsis
Right.
or social
Yeah.
media,
What
and
you
it'll
can
ask.
do though is you can go in there and you can say, okay, this is my style of synopsis. We are going to refer to this as, John's synopsis, okay, for everything we do. And then all you do is you create a single, well, if you're in ChatGPT, you would
Yeah,
create a single project for synopses, okay? And you'd put
right,
that into the instructions. Here is my synopsis style for John's synopsis. And then when you get to it, it's like, here's the data they sent me. Give me John's synopsis on this. Boom. And it just spits it right back out.
right. It's
Yep.
it's it is good. Um, we were
It's
talking
incredibly helpful.
we were talking on a show the other day. I had some experts on, and they were telling me that um, most AI new starts, I guess I see what you call it,
Startups?
will be out of business by 2027 because
Yeah,
they can't
I don't
ROI
doubt it.
it. Um,
Nope.
and the overhead is so massive that it's no one I don't think realized. I think people knew, but they didn't know that it was going to be very expensive to be able to run these type of platforms.
Yeah, and I mean they're enormous energy hogs. They generate an enormous amount of heat. You'd think we'd be able to, heat a city with it.
Right.
So let's recycle that heat, kids.
There you
But
go.
the real issue is, as I've identified it, okay, about 40 to 60% of the AI usage, get ready for this,
Hmm.
is regenerating content because it didn't get it right the first time.
Oh, so it's fixing its
Whoa.
own mistakes.
It's fixing its own mistakes. If they can just get it to only have to do one revision,
Right.
they will save probably 30% of their processing energy.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
I looked it up last. Well, I looked up I used Charles is the name of my chat GPT.
Hmm.
So Charles and I were discussing it, and I'm like, look, I've asked you to redo this image 7 times now. This is ridiculous. You're just not even listening to me anymore. What is happening?
Poor Charles.
And because it would just give me back the exact same image,
Right.
okay, with the elements that were supposed to be removed still in there. And I'm like, you're not even listening to what is going on. I said, do you realize how much energy? And I said, wait a minute, how much energy are you using? What is your typical number of revisions for
Right.
someone?
Right.
You know, and it's like, well, yeah, it's like 40 to 60%. So you got to figure half of what we're using right now is completely wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
That's
if they
why
can
a
just
lot
fix that, it'll bring down the cost. But back to your point,
Yeah.
okay, that is that those costs are still there and they're still real.
Right.
And I know Anthropic is having trouble, making budget. I know that, which is Claude.
Right.
I know that, chat is borderline. But the fact of the matter is, what's going to happen is they're going to have to eventually charge what it's worth.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if it's going to take 6 iterations to get something done, they have to just build that into their price.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more they can do about that. And it's going to make the $20 model virtually impossible. It may not include images. Okay. If you want images, it's going to be a $40 model, okay, in order to add that in.
Yep.
And it's going to push some people out of the market, which is fine.
It's going to push a
Okay,
lot of people.
Good tools deserve to be expensive.
Right. Ha.
And
Same thing with video. Good video.
Oh, same thing with hardware. And I don't mean computers. I mean going to the hardware store. Okay. You can get one quality at Harbor Freight. You can get another quality at Lowe's. Okay. I go to Lowe's when I know I'm going to need to use this more than once.
Yep.
And that's it. And the good tools cost money.
Well, yeah.
Period.
I mean, that's one. Let's take Harbor Freight, for instance. That's when you go to Harbor Freight.
Yep.
You can buy 3 different models of a drill. They have a cheap drill. They have a medium-sized drill that's going to be good, and then they got a really good drill, right?
Yes.
So
yeah, they have
it's a
started
one-time
adding
use
in
and you
better
know it?
quality item.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So
I'm not knocking Harbor Freight as a
no,
whole.
I love
but
Harbor Freight.
You don't find that lower end at Lowe's, regardless of the name.
No,
you
do
know,
not.
it's and so if like I have a tile cutter, I had to do one room one time
Right.
for a 6 foot by 8 foot area. Did I need to go spend $400 on a tile cutter, or did I need to spend $78 on a tile cutter?
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
And get enough use out of it to finish the job.
All it did was finish the job. It is still
Right.
working, but it
Right.
finished the job. So I've got it set aside. But
Mm.
I had a Harbor Freight table saw for a while, and it was great. And after like 3 or 4 years, dead on the door now.
Yeah. Well, I've got a
Okay,
guy
had
that
I
I
bought-
follow that
Yeah.
literally walks you through what is a one-time use tool or a
Oh, cool.
potential
Yeah.
lifetime use tool from Harbor
Yeah.
Freight. So
Yeah. So
but-
this is what we're going to have to do
Yeah.
with AI. So we're going
Right.
to have to decide what it's worth. Okay. But now let's get onto your TVs, because we don't.
well,
have a
hold
whole lot
on.
of
No,
time.
no. So I like it when we both bring some tech to the table. I got plenty of time. If not, we'll just talk about it later. So the microphone you're using is the S70 ultra thin
Yep.
from Small Rig.
Yes.
Um,
And yeah, first of all, I want everybody to look, and you can see it quite obviously on film here. It's very obvious.
not
No,
with your
it is
lower third
this-
down.
Yeah, I know. It is this. Am I on the right side? Which
Right
side?
there.
Here it is.
There you go.
It is this tiny, tiny, tiny little thing. Okay, the clips on here. Now, when I first saw these, I'm like, on the image, I was like, no, that can't be it. Okay, because look at how big this thing is. I mean, this thing is huge. Okay, look at that. That's monstrous. No, that's the part that stays under your lapel. This is the part that's on top. Okay, and so this is the part you see, is this little clip up here over the top. But this is the part doing all the transmitting and everything on the back.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else, I mean, I was using these forever, and I love these little things. They
All
have
right.
great
Yeah.
range. They have decent audio.
Yep.
The noise cancellation is awesome. I mean, you can stand back in the wind. I stood outside in a tropical storm, 50 feet from my camera, and had zero issue being heard and being understood. And that was with one of these little $15 doohickeys,
Yeah.
okay, which you can get them to work in pairs as well. So they will sell you a two set. So you can have two people with their lav mics on talking. You see a lot of these YouTubers are online with these things holding them up in people's faces. Okay.
Drives me
At least put a
insane.
fake microphone under it. Uh,
How about just
and
clip it
those are
onto
what
somebody like it's
or
supposed to
you
be?
could do that. Well, if you're doing an interview, that's a little hard. But this thing
Yeah.
here, absolutely phenomenal quality. It's got like, what is it? It's got like 9 different settings or something
Wow.
for audio quality. And it's designed by an Emmy Award winning. Well, the programming in it for the audio was fine tuned by an Emmy Award winning
Yeah.
musician who
Lucha.
knows audio.
Big Nardi.
Okay, yeah, and but it does so much more than that because first of all, you're always worried about battery charge on these things. Okay, how long will they last? These actually lasted a really long time. This little bad boy, 40 hours of recording time.
Mm.
40 hours in each lav mic. And then it gets even better because the lav mic actually sits inside a case. You see the lights?
Yeah.
Yes. The case is a recharging unit. So every time you put it away, it goes back on recharging. And so you literally, as long as you have this case anywhere, and this thing has charged these things, I don't know how many times now, and it's only down 1 bar. Okay. So, I mean, literally, you could probably do a month of recording
Right.
on
And they're
these
only
things without
$70.
ever recharge, and they're only $70. But then it gets better. Hold on a minute. You see this chunk?
Yeah.
This is also in here fully charged. This can go on your big camera and plug into the audio of your DSLR and work as your remote mic plugging right into the back of your DSLR. So
Mm-hmm.
now your audio is connected. That also comes in the $70 kit. I wish I was actually a reseller for these guys or an affiliate or something, because I think this is probably one of the best rigs I've seen come down the pike. And this box, by the way,
Yeah.
this was hilarious. When I first got it, it doesn't, I don't know how to open it. Okay. Until you open it, the lights don't come on. So you don't know. It looks like this is like front, top, back. I couldn't get the damn thing to open. I'm like trying to slide it apart. And then eventually I went, oh, it's that
Oh, there you
simple. But yeah, so me and my high tech brain. But no, these things are absolutely amazing. And, for $70, give me a break. This is nuts. And I can just tell. This is a metal case, by the way. I can tell this thing is going to last for years.
Yeah.
And I'm going
That's
to be
killer.
perfectly happy with it. Yep. Absolute killer.
I'll be. Well, I didn't try that version of the small rig. I had a different version. So
Yeah, these are new. These are brand new. And $70?
you can't
How
go
do you
wrong with
do
that.
that?
No.
How do you do that? Especially with all the hardware built in, a 40-hour, battery, and the range on it is just as good as, the other cheap ones. So literally, you can start your recording standing in the middle of a football field, okay, and have your camera in the end zone and just start walking towards it, and your audio is perfect the entire time.
Nice.
What a way to shoot stuff. Yeah.
That's good. Holy cow.
Yeah. So, but you've got TVs. Tell me about the TVs.
Yeah, we
What's
don't
going
have a
on?
lot of time for TVs.
I
So-
know. We got do one.
gonna
do
talk
one.
about-
Tell me about it.
I'm going to talk about the first one is a Samsung.
Okay.
Now, I know we've all got our 60 inches and 80 inches and 90 inches, but I'll let our tech back in the back bring up this thing. This is 130
your
inch
TV.
micro
And here is how we are doing it.
RGB.
First, we have built
Wow.
a full AI TV lineup that says
See,
the
I was
standard
thinking about
in
using one
display
of those.
technology.
Yeah.
For
As a
my
backdrop.
background, as a backdrop,
Micro LED
because that
is
is
a
5 by
pinnacle
8,
of display
basically.
engineering.
5 feet
the
tall, 8 feet
ultimate
wide.
viewing experience.
And that's more space than I have here. That's my whole
Micro
wall behind me
which
back
I'm
here.
about to
I
unveil,
could fit that in
gives
there.
you the purest and most vibrant
Oh,
color
wait a minute.
ever
No,
achieved
that's
on
the
TV.
95-inch would fit in.
OLED.
They have
You're
stamps
talking-
several
Cinematic
sizes. 130 is
contrast.
their biggest right now.
Glare-free
Yeah,
for
but
any room
130.
and any
Holy
light.
Without having to
crap,
go to an
that's gotta
LED
be
wall.
12 feet wide.
Neo QLED
Yeah, that's 12
is
feet
reaching
wide
more
and probably
homes
7
than
feet
ever
tall.
before.
Yeah.
Hey, you can stand in front of
Mini
that thing
LED
without any
is
trouble.
becoming more accessible.
You just chop off your feet and you've got
could
the
be a
whole top
weatherman.
image.
There's a UHD TV, now AI enabled.
No.
Yeah.
What else?
Bucket list.
Well, all these products will be
Wow.
powered
So,
by our
how's
Vision
it-
AI
but I mean,
companion.
the picture quality. and
Which
everything.
received
Can
an
you shoot in
amazing
front of one of
response.
these and actually
Yes.
get what you need?
Since
Well, you'd have
launch
to.
last September,
So when you shoot in front of a TV,
Yeah.
depending on the type, whether
service
it's
adoption passed
backlit, forward lit,
25%
LED,
in just
RGB
3
LED,
months.
you have to go and change the
Compared to
contrast
previous
and all that
AI
kind of stuff, so
services,
it will look
this
normal.
adoption rate is
'Cause remember, when you shoot in
nearly
front of a
7
TV,
times
blues drop. It washes it out
faster.
completely.
No service we ever launched has been integrated into
Okay.
people's
No,
lives
I didn't know
this
that.
quickly.
Thank
And
you.
then you have to set your
this
camera.
Is a whole new thing for me.
Yeah, you have to
It's
shoot
true
your camera.
that
You have to
we
set
are
your
on the
camera
path
settings
to
to be able to go
creating
to the
a
phase
true
rate, so you don't get the roll,
entertainment
or you don't get the
Oh, but
jitter.
that's what I
Among
wanted.
these
Yeah, I got it.
remarkable displays,
Okay.
there's one that's
It's a
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
At the top
Yeah, they
of
need
the
to be in
list.
sync, don't they?
Yeah, it would. Look at this thing.
Last year,
Oh,
we
it's,
introduced
yeah.
an
It looks
exciting
insane on
Micro.
my,
the
5-inch screen.
ultra-premium category.
Micro RGB. What do they mean by
World's
micro?
first micro
So
RGB.
it's the size
But with the
of
highest
the.
picture quality of the market,
The pixels?
giving you the
it was
purest
no,
and
it's
the
the
brightest
it's the
color
size
ever
of the.
achieved on a TV.
My brain farts. God, I hate when this happens. It's the size of the crystal,
The premium TV feature
Okay.
that are making
with
it work.
Confidence,
right?
Wow.
powered by
So
Vision
it's like when
AI
you buy
companion.
LED walls, you go 0.25, 0.30,
And today,
0.50,
we take the
depending on
next
how
major step forward.
small, and you don't want to look at
Meet
a
the new
black. So when you put a
130
wall up
micro
and you look
RGB.
at a LED wall and you see all the little squares, well, that's the size. So if you don't want to see the little squares, they got to get smaller, and that's what they've done here.
Got it. So they are, I mean, just in normal parlance, they're pixels, but they're actually the physical structure that displays each individual micro.
And no limits.
Oof.
Amazing. Well, this is just their advertisement, but so
Yeah, but
let's come back to
still.
a 2-screen. So that's all we have time for. But it makes me go, okay. Eventually, they are trying to push a wall film that literally
Yes.
is film,
Yeah.
right? It's like
Yeah.
a piece of plastic that you'll put on your
Exactly.
wall. That's already been done, but it's just getting it more affordable for the consumer, which
Yeah.
it's not right
I mean,
now.
my living room TV is a 60-inch, 65-inch, whatever. Okay. Yes, I have a TV, John, for the first time. And it's only
believe you
half
have
an
a
inch
TV.
thick.
Yeah.
It's only half an inch thick.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
weighs 10 pounds.
It's a little more than that, but yeah, because it's
Anyway,
big.
so thanks everybody
Yeah.
for watching.
Wow.
We've had stuff rolling in the background on the bottom down there for our affiliate links. I'm going to reach out to Small Rig. Anyway, thanks for watching everybody. We'll be next week with the Tech Shamans.